Everyone say something so I can get volumes.
Here, I've got this going. Let me know if I need to move anything, but hopefully this will help.
I just might before I hopped on, so I should be fine.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yours was weird because yours moved around. You were super quiet, couldn't hear you, then you were blasting.
Try this then. Is that any better?
Yes. Can everyone say something at once, please?
Something at once.
I don't want to.
Cool. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. Basically what I do is I take Dengle's a little bit up higher than everyone else's. So if we end up talking, mainly me, he still can be heard over everyone.
Makes sense.
And on my game, I do it. I keep everyone pretty equal, so I stand out over everyone else. It just makes sense to me. Dengle, is that a label we can't show on here? Oh, it's monster.
There is a reason why we're putting it this way.
That's not what I thought the label was for a second.
What did you think it was?
Alcohol.
An adult beverage?
Yeah.
No, that's sitting over the counter.
Fair enough. So how is everyone tonight?
Going all right.
Hot and sweaty because I live in the South.
Yeah, it's uncomfortably warm here.
My allergies are terrible today. My eyes are so dry and they've been itching and I've been like congested all week.
Hey, Nexus. Yeah, it's uncomfortably warm here because no air, and it was like 80 or 90 today.
Yep.
The basement is nice, though, for the most part. Otherwise, I would be dead. Like, it's a hot box when I walk upstairs. Hi, Kraken. We also got all the tech issues out of the way before Kraken came.
For the most part.
Well, I guess
there will always be more.
I guess Cocia isn't here because of tech issues. So, Kraken, you've destroyed Cocia's computer.
I think that's more so just due to sheer age, but sure, we can blame it on Kraken.
Of course we're blaming it on Kraken. All tech things are Kraken's fault. And I have no idea why or how, but that's just what it is now.
It's the running joke.
I think I blame it on Kraken because of Nen's mic.
Probably.
It's okay. We still accept you into our community.
Of course we do. We're all weird here.
Speak for you guys selves. I'm not weird.
You're weird. Yeah, you are.
I am not weird.
You associate yourself with us. You are very weird. You choose to associate yourself with us. You chose this life.
I mean, I specifically chose to associate myself with you and Buttons. Cocia was a addition at a later date due to Faye, which turned into bringing her along with us because she's just fun to have around, honestly.
Technically, this is Cocia is Shadow's fault.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I met Cocia through Shadow. Yep, and then
whether you like it or not.
I met Buttons through a different server, I believe. It's been 4 years now?
Approaching 4 years. Yep, this fall.
All right.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. You brought yourself into this Nexus. You asked to join. Oh,
That's
that is
technically true.
something we should have something said on this announcement period, by the way, because this game will go live the day he's going to start playing.
Yep.
All right. So, we good? Anything else we need to discuss?
I don't think so, because I'm not going to try to butcher a certain language that I don't have a set pronunciation for. So,
Which
Yeah,
one?
it's a weird language. It's a weird language.
Which one?
well, there's
Don't worry
like
about it.
three.
You,
There's
I
like
know one
three
of
that
them. It's a
don't.
weird language.
you should message me. I'm curious.
No, you'll find out in
You'll-
game.
Yeah, you'll find out in game.
We'll see.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nexus. They. I don't know who said that. It was probably me. I apologize. I do my best. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna slip over to the starting soon and then start recording.
Right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello and welcome. This is Life in Blood Atlanta. I am your storyteller, Dengle. And this should be a very fun night. But before we get into that, a couple things. First and foremost, if we run into anything that bothers you emotionally, physically, mentally, or emotionally, I think I already said that, but it's fine. Please take a step back. Get yourself right. You're more important than any game that we got going on or anything that we got going on here. Take care of yourselves first, and then the game will come later. Said, joining me this evening is Buttons playing Shiloh,
Hey.
Nen playing William, Steven.
Hello.
Yes. Tired. And Faye playing, well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Might see Tory for a minute.
See Tory for a minute, but that's not. Tory's got a place to be. So we'll not be playing Tory for the entire evening. Cocia is hoping to be able to join us as well. However, technical issues and believe a screen on a laptop went out, which is obviously not good. So if she does, awesome. If she doesn't, Beth will be otherwise indisposed for different reasons. So, would anybody like to tell me what happened last time?
Here's night part 2.
Among other things.
Cook, Johnny, and Steven got blitzed on some jungle juice.
Yes.
And then Shiloh, Tory, and Javier had a very deep discussion involving the beast.
That made Javier cry and still feels bad about it.
That's okay. Tory probably made him disgusted. It's fine.
A little bit. But that's okay. What else happened? There was other things.
We have a deal worked out with Johnny to make some money between Tory and Cook.
Yep.
Stephen got a reading that was completely vague and definitely does not mean anything bad's going to happen to him.
No, definitely not.
Tori's reading absolutely means bad things, and then she ran away from the group for a little bit out of fear and then went to talk to Cyril about it.
Yep.
And she's going to be going even farther away soon.
Yes. Yes, she is. She's gonna go talk to some Tremere.
But first, a really creepy ministry member. And then Shiloh's. Feel like is a bit confusing, honestly, at the end of the day. Who knows? And Beth's. Wait and hear it from Beth's mouth. So, we start the following evening after 80th Night Part 2, which I believe should be March 5th. I could be wrong there. If it's March 4th, it's fine because we're going to condense both of those days. So, all of you have actual downtime. How would you like to spend said downtime that you have?
I can go first with Tori if no one else wants to go. Tori is going to find Samal, and I think she needs to tell Winnie still too, and a couple other people. Go and tell them that she's leaving.
Okay.
Then go see if Johnny is in need of another batch before she leaves. And then just walk the sprawl, check in with Wink, make sure things are good.
It seems as though everything is actually good. Things are quiet. Small does ask his normal questions of how long you're going to be gone, who's going to be in charge in your stead, and all that fun stuff.
She's actually going to give him the full story about the Giovanni that she met with.
He does ask a couple questions, but nothing that you really need to explain. Of mainly, are you sure this is a good idea? You probably can't trust them, but how much should we be worried?
She'll make it a point to say that she trusts that he is going to keep it kosher between them just because that's what the Giovanni want.
Yeah, so you do tell him that your new Nosferatu friend is appointed as stand-in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to be completely honest with Small.
Okay. When he doesn't ask a lot of questions, okay, cool. When you come back, just let me know. If you're hungry, give me a call ahead of time. I'll make sure that something is ready for you, whether it's me or somebody else.
Probably will be.
Wink comes to you and does inform you that business license is actually approved and that the construction projects that you guys have going on, which we forgot about a couple, are are now officially being taken over by said construction company. The school that Shiloh bought way back when, that was originally going to be the clinic, has kind of taken a left turn and has been converted into makeshift apartments, low-income apartments. Very straightforward, to the point.
Okay.
Link said the only thing they need to do is install bathrooms, which will probably take, because they have to pull up the floor and run the piping outside, and then they'll just do everything else outside. So pull up the floor and then fill it back in, probably 2 or 3 days.
Okay. She will make it a point to tell him to check in with Shiloh, because Shiloh had said something about a community center there as well. So just to make sure everything's going the way Shiloh wanted.
Yeah, they were going to make the gym kind of like a community center anyway. So, and like the cafeteria is an actual, so everything's still in place. It's just a bunch of small apartments.
Cool.
The clinic is, the old dental clinic is in the process of being acquired. Wink is currently actually putting up some of the money for it to kind of help out gap the issues.
Okay.
As such, he's just asking to, when it's up, anybody that he deems as like absolutely vital, it's like the first month of whatever they got going on for free.
Absolutely.
And he gives you the name. It's like 5 or 6 names. They all seem to be on the older side.
Okay.
2 of them are military veterans. One's an old teacher that's been in Atlanta for literally all of her life. Another one is just an old, he's changed a lot, cleaned himself up a lot. Acts as a figurehead in the community. And then the other 2, they're on the younger side. Apparently, Wink has worked with them quite a bit to try to get things taken care of on his side to make sure they don't go down the path that he went down.
For sure. Tory will pass all of that along to Shiloh as well. Oh, I remembered one more thing.
Okay, what else?
Tory's gonna go see a certain Zemitzi about possibly finding a better freaking cobbler, or at least someone who's based around tech and cobbler stuff, because she wants to get some of her old licenses back. And then she will promise payment when she returns from her trip.
So
on top of knowledge of who she used to be.
Yes. When you walk in, Pete is there. He just kind of waves you on through. And she's sitting there, she's doing paperwork. She looks up and, how can I help you?
So, that cobbler that you gave me before is pretty shitty.
Yes, I told you that.
I find it hard to believe that in the entirety of Atlanta, you don't know of a better one that I could use for pulling some information from when I was mortal and dropping it onto a new mask.
What do you need?
Some college degrees and such.
Okay. I need a name
Right. That is the kicker, isn't it? And Tori will take a piece of paper and write it down.
Okay, so she puts it on her desk. When do you need them?
I am taking a trip out for a week, so it's not immediate, and I will be able to provide payment then. It can take longer than that, but I won't be here for a week.
Is this for the clinic you're opening?
Yes and no. Mine are more animal related, but I figured it could help get some stuff.
Okay. Does Shiloh need any as well?
Probably. She'll actually text Shiloh and ask, do you need some licenses returned from when you were immortal?
You will get a text back. Yes, I need a nursing degree. I had one through University of Chicago before I passed on, and then I also need the nursing license itself.
Tori will relay that information.
She'll write that down. Do you know what name they go by now?
Asks by now or what they used to?
Well, I would assume now, because used to makes it easier for people to find them if they're still trying to hide.
Paula something. And Tori will text Shiloh. Paula what?
Last name Drescher.
Paula Drescher is the name now.
I will look up historical data. She got it well up in Detroit, right?
Yes.
If I have to link something up there, then bring it down here. That'll be fine.
Okay.
Just to not raise suspicions.
Right. As far as I'm aware, the person who made the mask is pretty good at making them, so.
Good. I'm sure better than the Nosferatu that gave your friend Stephen.
Yeah.
Now, in full disclosure, I sent you to him the simple fact of the other one that I know of in the city doesn't typically like to just hand them out to people that they haven't dealt with much or don't know a whole lot about.
That's fair. I respect wanting privacy.
Caution. If it gets back to somebody that is actively trying to hurt us, it's a bad day for everyone.
Fair enough. Is this able to be done, do you think?
I will ask them and I will let you know.
Okay. Let me know how
But
much it will cost.
if it's simply just attaching onto an existing mask, which do you even have one?
I do. I can't find the paper I wrote it down on. You said it wouldn't come up again, and I don't have the note card.
You do, though.
Hmm?
You do, though. And you relay said information.
Yep.
Okay. I will get the licenses and the degrees in that name.
That one came from Barney, so I'm not sure what kind of history it has. I might need to pay for a history of it.
Well, if it came from Barney, it's probably somebody that's actually living currently, so it's not a big deal.
New mask, that mask, I don't particularly care.
Worst case scenario, they have a degree that they didn't realize they had and have a license that they didn't realize they had and will never use.
Fairly extensive one, but either way.
So, anyway, is there anything else I can do for you since you're here?
I don't need anything else, no.
Okay. Well, you know where my office is. If you do need something or one of your friends needs something, by all means.
Sounds good. You have a good evening.
You too, and have fun on your trip.
It will be interesting.
And you are not stopped on your way out.
She'll give a goodbye to Pete, but then do the rest of the stuff she was doing.
And on the way out of the city, stop and talk to Hush.
Yes. And she'll say goodbye to the coterie, of course, but yeah.
Obviously.
She heads to the meeting place for Hush.
Yes. So, who is next?
I'll take next.
Okay.
First things first, Steven is going to take care of that 3 superficial damage he never took care of.
Okay.
He gets 2 points hungrier.
Okay.
So he's back at 3.
Okay. Not a huge deal, but yeah, that's absolutely something that it's annoying, but it is what it is.
He is also going to check in with Leo about the status of the new apartment.
You get the keys on Thursday. In the meantime, my aunt is out of town if you want to crash at her house.
Cool, thanks.
And he gives you the address, and it is well within bounds of where you can actually go still.
And Steven is going to ask Barney to talk to him and figure out how to become a cobbler.
Okay. So Barney will actually meet with you. So Steve, there's a couple of things that you gotta understand.
Right.
First things first, I don't do it. Franny doesn't do it. Red doesn't do it. Person I got that one from, the ones that I handed out. He's kind of a pain to work with.
In what way?
He works for the census department.
Oh.
Yeah. I pay him money and he gives me names and addresses, and then I have Franny steal their identities.
Okay.
So that's one way of technically being a cobbler without actually being a cobbler. Identity theft. As long as you don't do anything malicious with it, it's not a big deal for us. And we won't get any weird looks. Now, the second you start making large purchases or, I don't know, getting large capital gains that are going untaxed or whatever, then that's the problem. So I can hook you up with Franny and have you figure out how to do that. Or I might be able to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to be able to get you to this point of being able to be an actual like person maker of sorts.
Something being able to make stuff concrete would be beneficial for us in the city.
Yeah. I know there's that one Nosferatu that goes around and gives really bad ones.
Yep, met him.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. There's also another one that they don't like doing it. They probably won't teach you how either. So at that point, it's kind of a I don't. It's a how well you do technology versus how well you do like creative stuff. That's a lot of it. So anyway, I'll see what I can do. See who I can get you in touch with.
Okay. Let me know if I owe you for anything.
For this now, it's just trying to get you in touch with the right people. Is there anything else you need?
No, that should be it for now. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Then he will leave you. Is there anything else that Stephen would like to do?
Stephen is going to make his run to check on Haley.
She is, what you can tell, safe, sound, not a whole lot going on. Which for a Tremere is kind of weird, but whatever. You do get a message from Cyril. Well, Cyril's assistant. It simply says, Mr. Daniels would like to remind you that you are to stay as safe as you can. Make sure that nobody has any suspicion of you.
I have been.
Good. If you need something, by all means, run by the antique shop.
That's good.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Find something to eat.
That's easy enough to do. Your contact brings you a couple. Enough to bring you back down to one.
That should be it for Stephen.
And Shiloh.
I already covered a bit of what Shiloh wants to do. She did need to get that the nursing stuff rolling. Most of her spare time would probably, with that in mind, after Tory texted her, she would probably spend most of her downtime catching up on just like free online nursing classes, just kind of re-up her knowledge.
That's easy enough to do. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Should be a pretty solid homebody at this point.
D does stop by kind of early on the night of the 5th. He stops by, grabs the last couple things. Hey.
Hey.
I wanted to make sure that I got with you and actually gave him a new address in case it comes up. Or you like actually need it?
There's always going to be something. But yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Don't feel like you can't just come by. If you just want to, the door will be probably locked, but you can always knock. It's fine.
As long as you don't make a habit of greeting me at sword point.
No, I don't do that anymore.
No, but better not to ask.
Yeah, before we, yeah. Anyway, you sure you're okay?
Don't. Whether I say yes or no, I don't really have a choice, do I?
No, but I can come by more often.
A little on edge, but that's just. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't put yourself out. You still got to settle into this new place. Oh, by the way, Apollo ate one of your socks. It was the one with the blue stripes at the top, I think. So if you're missing one out of a pair, that's where it went.
That's fine. I didn't like those ones anyway. They didn't stay up on my legs. I see you're doing that again. So just stay safe if that's what you're really going to do. Being around people like that kind of hit and miss sometimes.
I got people looking out for me this time, so hopefully it'll go better.
Yeah, last time you were alive when you did that, so. Anyway, yeah, if there's something I can do to let you know or help you out or lend a hand or whatever, just let me know. I don't have a whole lot going on, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, same with you. If something comes up, let me know.
Weird question.
Might have a weird answer.
City's pretty much just anarchs now, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably a couple Camarilla idiots still hanging around, but like beyond that, there's nothing super crazy.
I mean, you got the werewolves. I told you about the treaty with them, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about us.
Yeah. Oh, us. I mean, we're still not entirely sure what happened to the Primogen Council, so we've been kind of playing it safe. And I mean, I've actually run into a weird number of ex-savants, so there's no telling what might be lingering on the edges.
Well, yeah, Atlanta used to be their territory, so.
I mean, right now it's mostly anarchs.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
He will head out the door. Is there anything anybody would like to do past that? And we can even go with our new characters. We just can't specify who they are yet. What would you all be doing at the beginning of the night of the 5th?
They would probably be going through their things again, making sure everything is how they want it. Packing a thermos of warmed up bagged blood into a big kind of back shoulder purse, like a sling purse, just in case, because you never know what the night's going to hold.
Yeah. Probably going for a walk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Steven?
I believe Steven's set.
And Shiloh, after the conversation with Darian, what would you do?
Probably just back to more of the same, going through like mock licensing tests, make sure she's fully prepared, brush up on business, running a business, figuring out what kind of point of contact she might need to make.
Okay. As such, can I get everybody to give me a rouse check for the evening?
Passed.
Fail.
I also get hungry.
I got 2 at 2 and 1 at 1. Got it. So the evening goes on, and it is quiet. Steven and a new character's name. You two probably outside, kind of walking around. Can I get a intelligence and insight?
Zero.
3.
Okay. So, Steven, on any given night, it's not terribly busy. And it's Saturday going into Sunday. Like, the normal places are open and busy, like clubs, bars. There's probably a sporting event or a concert. Probably quite a few venues that are having live music. As you walk around, you notice there's more people than normal. Not an alarming amount, but it's just more. Say a new character, you don't notice anything. You're kind of oblivious to everything. And whether or not you know the area is kind of up to you, but yeah. So you both spend the next couple hours just doing whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever it is that you would do on a normal basis. I assume Steven's probably at populated areas. not actually doing a whole lot, kind of just people watching is what I'm kind of expecting. Say yours. I honestly don't know. Whether or not
Probably
you do.
visiting libraries that are open that late.
There's a couple museums that are open that late, and there is a singular library.
Yeah,
It is
museums and things like that.
the library at Georgia Tech. So yeah, you doing what you're doing well into the evening. It'll be about 11 o'clock. And Shiloh, you're still staring at the computer, doing your normal stuff. Right now you were learning about tax codes and employee identification numbers. If you could doze off, you would. It is boring, it is dry, and it is awful. However, all of you get a message. And Beth is included. Hey, I need you guys to do something for me.
Who's it from?
Did Cornbread give out his number?
As far as I know, only to Tory, and then Tory gave it to Larry.
Yeah.
But
So none of you
Tory would have
actually know.
passed off the coterie numbers before she left for him.
None of you actually know.
Feyla will text back. Who is this?
Corey's friend.
Which one?
The one standing in for her currently.
Okay, do you need to meet with us?
No, I don't need to meet with you. I just need you to go check something out for me.
What and where?
Apparently there's some people doing some weird crap out at Jackson Park or something. It's supposed to be over by the zoo.
Why am I included in this?
Just in case if I need another one. Also seems like if you're going to be living here, wouldn't necessarily hurt to have somebody that's a little bit smarter to go with them.
Fine. Guess I'll go. Thumbs up emoji.
Beth just gets back. Anybody need a ride?
Shiloh will send the hand waving emoji.
Steven would say
Sure.
naturally.
Sure! Exclamation point. I'd love that.
Let me know where you're at.
Sends a ping of her location.
Steven's gonna private check. Steven's gonna private chat Beth and Shiloh with just an eye roll emoji.
Mind you, you don't know that number either.
Shiloh will text Beth in the group chat. Pick me up at 99 bottles.
Yeah. Get a big thumb from Beth, and eventually everybody is picked up. First Shiloh, then Steven. Last but not least, Faye, would you like to describe your character?
Oh, would I? So she is very thin, very, very pretty. Pale skin, bright blue eyes, and long, wispy blonde hair.
I believe everybody recognizes her.
Yes. Well, Beth might not, but definitely Shiloh and Steven do.
Beth was there.
Oh yeah, she was. I'm sorry.
So yes, everybody recognizes her, and this would be Haley.
Hey.
It's not expecting you.
Tory said she'd be hanging around, remember?
Yeah, like I asked if I could hang out with you guys because that someone broke into my apartment.
Right.
Beth is oddly silent. She's currently typing in GPS. And is heading there. It is getting closer to midnight at this point. Took a minute to gather everybody. And you pull up at the park. Beth drops you off at the front gate, which is currently actually the chain has been cut open. So you three go in. I'm going to park the car and I'll meet you in a little bit.
Okay.
If you need me to hurry up, just call me or something. And yeah, you three get out. And Beth goes to park the vehicle. Currently no parking anywhere near here, which is an issue.
Weird, since when was Beth the one to abide by rules?
Really?
Yeah, for
Oh yeah, that would explain like a lot.
Yes. Are there any signs of activity or traffic or people moving around nearby?
Well, first and foremost, the chain to the front gate is, like I said, cut. Looks like it was cut with a pair of bolt cutters, and it looks fresh. However, if you would like to give me a wits and survival, or a wits and awareness, take either one.
Wits and awareness is going to be better for me.
There's also going to do what's awareness.
So I got a 2.
What's an awareness? I got 2.
2.
5.
5. Okay. Haley and Steven, you both don't really notice a whole lot. It's fairly quiet. Shiloh, on the other hand, this is all concrete sidewalks and such. However, you notice a couple scuff marks going through the gates. They're not large, they're not long, they're not dark. They're present. You also hear a very, 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 very quiet, just murmur, buzz, something seems to be coming from inside the park.
Either of you two heighten your hearing?
Yep, 1 second. Yeah, Stephen,
No, that's like not something I can do. I can see things.
Might want to stand a little bit further away from Steven then.
Why?
I'll let Steven tell you about that if he wants to after.
Is there like something I need to be worried about?
A little bit.
Okay.
just start going poking around my head.
That's okay.
Anyway,
If you would like to give me that roll again and adding your aspects.
Six on a messy.
So much like Shiloh, because you're specifically listening for hearing, you hear the murmuring. But rather than like the very vague murmuring that Shiloh can hear, Stephen, you're getting don't trust it, don't trust it, don't trust it, don't trust it, just over and over and over. And it's kind of getting louder and louder. Kind of played over a very weird, indistinguishable conversation. A bunch of people.
I don't trust it a lot.
Like,
Surprised you
what
guys
should
can't-
he not trust?
Surprised you guys can't hear it. It's pretty loud, actually.
Like, where are you hearing it from?
That direction?
can
One of you, like, turn invisible?
yeah, let me kind of see what's going on. And Shiloh will immediately drop into unseen passage and kind of creep her way in the direction that Stephen pointed.
When Shiloh does that, can Haley do Sense the Unseen?
Absolutely. So, Shiloh, can I get you to make me your roll, which I believe is going to be Obfuscate and Stealth?
That's 3 successes.
I rolled 3 for Sense the Unseen.
So, since there's no negative benefit or penalty, there's no negative benefit for Haley seeing Shiloh. I'm going to say that Haley can track Shiloh because it is actually more beneficial to be able to see you. However, Shiloh, you go poof, and the gate is open enough to where you can slip through without causing any major problems. What would you all like to do?
Kind of stay at the gate and just try to track Shiloh and watch where she goes.
Steven's going to go in, but unobfuscated.
Okay. I assume there will be a dexterity and athletics or dexterity and stealth roll.
Great.
Okay. Okay. So you two enter, and this park is a lot bigger than you expected. It's not huge by any means, but it's expansive. you continue on. Are you splitting up, or are you attempting to go the same way?
Stephen can't exactly track Shiloh, so actually, no, he has sentiency.
It's more up to Shiloh as to whether she would actively try to go the same way that Stephen is.
Shiloh's just gonna keep moving the same way Stephen pointed unless someone actively tries to direct her attention elsewhere.
Okay. So yeah, after a couple minutes, it's difficult for Haley to continue tracking Shiloh without moving inside herself.
So she has firearms, so can she have a small handgun that she pulls out? And then slips inside the gate and stays far back, like just keeping the pair of them in line of sight. But stealthing herself.
And give me that roll.
Just 2.
Okay. You proceed on to the park, and as you get closer, it gets louder. Both of you. And eventually, Haley's even able to pick it up. And you know what a high school auditorium sounds like when everybody's getting ready for a presentation or whatever. That's kind of what it sounds like. A lot of people trying to talk over everybody. There's a lot of people here, probably 30 to 40. And give me wits and awareness, please. This is sight-based as well.
Skull and a 1.
Yeah.
There's skull and 1 success, I mean.
4.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Stephen and Shiloh, you notice that they all have purple clothing on. Haley, you notice that they're all wearing similar cloaks. But that's all you got.
Did you say cloak?
Yes.
Or clothes?
Cloak.
Okay.
Al and Stephen, you notice that they are all purple.
Does this look familiar to Shiloh in any way? Does this ring any bells, catch any?
Would you like to give me a intelligence and occult roll, please?
Sure.
Stephen can, but Stephen's will be exponentially harder to figure out.
I mean, best Stephen can figure out is probably a cult.
That's 4 successes, and that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. So Stephen has absolutely no idea. Shiloh doesn't have a specific idea of the purple and the cloaks and such, but knows that they're probably in some sort of group. Don't know exactly what the group is for. It looks kind of like a ritualistic setup.
Is there a place somewhere nearby where Shiloh can move to observe the group but still be hidden should she need to drop the obfuscation? Like a clump of trees or a rocky outcrop or like a hill?
Yes, actually, there is.
Okay. Shiloh's gonna move towards that as long as it's not too super close.
So you stand by there. What is Stephen and Haley doing?
Do they seem to be very engaged with what's going on? Like they haven't looked our way at all?
Do not seem to give any shits about anybody outside of their group. Granted, it's just you three and their large group.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen would also try to get closer while try avoiding sight.
Okay, give me another dex and stealth, please.
Haley would as well. Am I laboring under my penalty?
No.
Okay, because I had a
did no better.
I had a skull, so I wasn't sure.
No, one success was enough to realize that something. So
3.
Stephen get?
2.
Okay. So Stephen hides behind a tree, and the tree's a little bit too small for him to actually hide behind. Haley also hides behind a tree, but the tree's actually large enough for her. Kind of pokes her head around. Shiloh's hidden behind a quite rather large rock. Still obfuscated, but kind of plastered against it. You will watch as the group kind of settles down, comes together, and forms into ranks almost. And then can I get everybody to give me a composure and wits?
My dice hate me.
3.
How many does Stephen get?
1.
Oh, good. Perfect. As you sit there, watch. Seems like the night gets darker. In the center of where the group is, there's this ring of low blue flame. Not enough to alarm anyone, but definitely present. That kind of illuminates. And another individual that is dressed in a very similar purple cloak comes in and walks in with a goblet. Not quite right. It's too big to be a goblet. Maybe a chalice. Can I get everybody to give me a wits and awareness, please?
Zero.
Right.
4.
Is Haley close enough to see if anything occult is afoot, by the way?
Absolutely. So 3 and 4, you notice, both of you notice, that the chalice is basically a knotted root that has kind of grown around the top half of a kindred skull. You can see the fangs sticking up. And it is open on the top. The base is thrown around a glass disc, maybe. Haley, you see the color of bone, the color of wood, and then something clear at the base.
So my occult roll was 3 plus a skull.
You certainly know that this is a ritual. You get a bad feeling from said ritual. You don't know exactly what's going on, though. You are, however, curious.
Okay.
Would anybody else like to give me that same roll? Intelligence and occult.
I can try. It's not my best pool, but
1.
2.
They don't gather a whole lot. They come in and they place it in the center of the ring of blue flame. You see them turn around and just kind of like wave. And 2 more individuals, these ones are not cloaked. One has bestial features, very long fangs, and is dragging a older guy. Looks kind of like a blue-collar factory worker. He's got a jumpsuit on. He's got a name on it. And the other one is bringing in a younger woman. She's dressed like she was on her way to the club. That one doesn't really have, or the one that's bringing that one in, doesn't really have any identifying markers on them. But the individual with the chalice turns around and actually opens up their cloak. And you get a fairly decent look at them now. They are pale skin. You're not sure if they're man or woman, to be honest with you. They kind of look non-distinct enough for either that they could be either. They have short-cut black hair, have bright emerald green eyes. Not really that descriptive. It'd be easy to miss them in a crowd, but it'd also be extremely hard to miss them in a crowd. There's a certain aura that they give off currently that makes you want to watch them. As they open up the cloak, you see identical daggers, one for everybody, be produced on either side, and it is loud. It's a bunch of metal clanging together, and they throw it out on the ground. Brothers, sisters. That's the wrong accent. Anyway, get your weapons. Get them ready. Yeah, I can't bring myself to figure it out again. I had it earlier. Then you see people just file through, and Gangrel and whatever the other one is have gotten the two you would presume to be mortals on the ground. one that has taken off their cloak at this point. Looks over the crowd. We know why we're here. We know what this is. We have all been called. We have all been chosen. Atlanta has went into other people's arms recently. I, for one, can't stand that. Now, there is a very, very important event coming up, correct? And the gangrel just kind of snarls, and the other person's like, "Hell yeah!" And you see a couple people in the crowd just kind of like rustle a little bit. Il festivo dello instinto is among us. And with that, first night starts in, and they actually do pull out a pocket watch. Very old pocket watch. In 2 minutes. Give your sacrifice. Give your part. I will say the incantation. And they file through. One at a time. Cutting their hand open, dropping a few drops into the chalice. And then moving on. Gangrel does it. And the other one does it. And finally, the what seems to be leader does the same. They pick it up. They look at their watch one more time. Perfect. Use it. Put it back in their pocket. I start kind of swirling it. With the sacrifice comes the right. Comes the brotherhood. Comes the ceremony. Comes the ritual that we are gifted by the Night Mother. And the first of our kind. Those here want to call us kindred. We are Canaanites. They're not what they say. Now, would anybody like to give me a intelligence and occult now?
Three.
One.
5 with crit.
5 with a crit. So, Shiloh, if your blood could run cold, it would.
Messy crit, by the way. One's on a blood dice.
Haley, again, if yours could run cold, it runs cold. I think both of you as players know exactly what this is. And then I'm pretty sure you know what this is too. But anyway, let's finish it and then I'll reveal. They call us kindred. They call us anything but what we are. We are the prodigy of Cain. We are the prodigy of the night. We are what is to rule over the mortals. And as such, we partake in this Valdery. to seal our pact with each other. Now, drink long, drink deep. Drink the blood of your kin. No, of your fellow Canaanites. Revel in this week. Revel in their camaraderie. Revel in their brotherhood, their sisterhood. And go forth and retake this city for what it should be. And they turn the chalice up, and you just see crimson overflowing, running down their chin, down onto their clothing. And they hand it off to the next person. They do the same, and it seems like the chalice never runs out. And when everybody has had a turn, the leader, like, now, take your fill. These two don't need it. And they grab their cloak and they wisp around and they walk off. And everybody just descends on these two individuals, making rather quick work. Unfortunate work.
As soon as it looks like they're preoccupied with the person, Shiloh is going to slink away from the rock and rejoin and head back. I don't know if she'd know where Steven is, but head back towards the direction they came in. She doesn't want to see this.
Haley
Sure,
is transfixed.
Pretty sure anyone paying attention knows where Steven is.
Yeah. Now, Kyle, you're headed back. And Steven, are you staying there?
Heading back.
Okay, so you're also heading back. Haley, you're staying there. Yeah. So, Shiloh, you get about halfway back to the front gate. You get your phone buzzes, as does yours, Steven. I assume that you haven't, or you turned it on silent. You open it up and it's Beth. Still trying to find parking, sorry. They have a bunch of these roads closed and people actually standing at the corners. So I can't just park.
Yeah,
No.
Go ahead and pull out to the front.
Please.
Be there in a couple minutes.
Hurry.
At that point, Steven's going to look around and realize Haley isn't there.
Actually, Steven, give me a wits and awareness. Same thing with you, too.
Another one.
1.
Great.
3.
So, Steven, you're looking around, you turn right, turn left, turn back right, and you're just met with a shovel to the face. Just thwong, and then 3 individuals are on top of you. You cannot move. Haley, you're paying a little bit too close attention, and somebody comes up behind you and wraps you up.
She'll scream.
Scares the daylights out of you. Shiloh, on the other hand, you see them coming. There's a pack of 3 of them that are stalking you. What would Shiloh like to do?
Shiloh is going to continue trying to not give away that she has seen them and lead them into a more populated area outside the park.
You start to head toward the exit. And you get from where you were about halfway there, and then they just take off running after you. Would you like to run?
Yes.
Okay, give me a stamina and athletics, please.
This is not a good pool for me. Okay. Okay, that is 3 successes.
Well, I have good news. Shiloh doesn't have to run that far. Or she is tackled. And seeing as Shiloh is not very strong, and the individual that has tackled you is rather strong. You can fight. It's just going to be extremely hard for you to do anything.
She's gonna catch the person on top of her, activate. I don't even know if this is how it works, and I don't know if Shiloh would know either, but she's going to activate Mesmerize and tell them to get off her and stay off.
That requires eye contact. And they definitely would have tackled you from behind, so you're going to try to roll over and then catch them.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a dexterity and athletics. And they will try to resist it with a strength and athletics.
That's 5 on a messy crit.
5 on a messy crit. I believe that's the first time you've ever done that.
Usually I'm
So,
keeping it at 1 hunger, so there's less chance. But yeah, 2 hunger. Great.
okay. So, you do manage to flip over and you begin to give that utterance of get off me and stay off of me. That requires a rouse check as well, right?
Yes, I do pass that.
Okay. And you kind of lock eyes with this person. You give them that, and then you, as a salubri sometimes does, are overcome with a deep feeling. And this one's rather unsettling for Shiloh. Rage. Pure rage. Pure anger. However, as they get off of you, 2 more individuals jump on top of you. And they hold your arms down. And they pull your hat over your eyes. They stand you up. You are walked. Against your will. All 3 of you are. Stephen and Haley, you can see a little bit more. Walk back to the ritual site. You're placed in the middle of the 2 bodies at this point, unfortunately. The individual comes back out, the leader. And everybody else seems to have scattered except for about 5 individuals. The gangrel, the other person, the leader. And then the 2 that are bringing or have brought Shiloh stay with Shiloh and hold you down forcibly. And it's just like, and you 3 thought you'd take a look in our rituals. Like what you saw?
Bella's just snarling. She's pissed. No English.
You and you?
Haley's gonna wait to see what the others say.
I don't know what weird cult thingy you got going on, but I don't care for it.
This is an occult. Far from it, actually. I'm sure you've probably heard of us.
Oh, I have heard of you, and like, I'm really sorry we stumbled on this. We were told to like come check it out, and we really didn't mean to do anything here, but it was really
Haley!
interesting to see.
You're a mouthy one, aren't you?
I don't want any like trouble. I just really don't want to be hurt.
Fucking late. Let me go.
Now, you'd probably be right to stop squirming so much. And they grab your hat and rip it off your head, and your eye is out for everybody to see. Just kind of look at you and look at the eye and look, oh, who gave you that? I know of
Your
3.
fucking business.
Well, I know 3 of you that have that color. Is it Lucas? Is it Jenna?
Who's less angle?
Wonderful timing.
No, no.
I'm back.
Dengle, no.
That's
Oh,
more
goodness. Oh, that's awful timing. Oh, he's back.
Summon you back from the void.
I swear to Jesus. Sorry.
Dengle, what did you do?
Discord said I'm going to restart. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Got to reset my stuff, so I apologize. My Discord said I'm starting back.
Can't see. The Soundstripe all over the computer.
And he's gone again. So, fun night, huh?
Oh, this is great.
Probably first time Steven's seen Shiloh angry.
Our storyteller dipped back into the Sombra mode. Come back, Dengle. Rejoin us.
I am back.
Sort of. We can't see you.
Right. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. So, try one more time. If it decides to say no camera for you, I'll figure something out.
What are we gonna do? How are we getting out of this?
We'll see if Steven can get himself loose.
Make a couple people go mad.
Well, I'll also ask Dengle if my negative 2 still applies.
No, it has officially decided to go away, and I apparently no longer can use my camera for right now. I don't know why.
That's unfortunate, but at least we can hear you.
Yes, which is fine. Just put a nice, pretty picture of me, I guess. If you want to do that later, I don't know.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of work, but it's work.
Yeah, I figured as much. So, apologize for my camera issues. I don't know what the heck happened. I will figure that out later. But anyway, Lucas, Jenna, back into it. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you Darians? I suggest you actually answer me before I make you.
You wouldn't be the first.
Right. That would be the scariest.
Try it.
They kind of sigh. Fine. And you kind of lock eyes with them because you're a bit defiant right now. Can I get you to make me a wits and resolve?
Yes, but I do have unswayable mind.
Okay. That's fine.
So you said wits and
Resolve.
wits and resolve. Okay, cool. Decent pool for me. Hang on, that was a lot of successes. I need to do some math here. That is going to be 7 successes.
Yeah. And because you are so sure of yourself, this next part comes at a very big surprise, actually. If I also got 7 successes. I had a crit.
Can I burn a willpower then?
Yes, you can. You need at least 1. Because I had 7 with a crit. So
Make that 9 successes.
you do steal yourself. You start to say it, and then you're like, mm-mm. I just see their eyes kind of get surprised. Oh. Okay. Well, if you don't want to do that, then maybe you want tell me. Well, he pulls out a steak. Like you would be too easy. You, on the other hand, and she goes to Stephen. There you go to Stephen. Seem like you'd be a nice place to hold on to this steak.
Is anyone holding Steven down right now?
There is the gangrel behind you.
Steven's just gonna lock eyes with them, and he's going to use demontation.
With the leader?
Yes.
Okay. What roll do I need to make?
The composure and the resolve, but let me double check. Composure and intelligence.
Even better.
I'm gonna burn one more willpower.
Okay. You start to worm your way in, and they just kind of laugh. Oh no, child, that's not what you do with me. It's not the first time I've dealt with a Malkavian, though. You're also not very scary. You don't know what Ravnos is.
Don't know, don't care.
Well, you're about to... and then can I get you to make me a composure and wits?
Another 4.
Okay. And as you like lock eyes with them, and you can make me a fear frenzy. Nobody else does.
Just 1.
Okay, so if it wasn't for the gangrel that was holding you down, you would be gone because you are currently being pinned in a pit of fire. You, both of you hear this, and Stephen, you do hear it, but you don't really care. Now, I can do a lot worse than that. We'll make it stop. But to play nice, I actually won't stake you either.
How exactly is the gangrel holding Steven right now?
He is basically laying on top of you, like elbow in the base of your neck and knee in the middle of your back, with your hands restrained with his hands.
I'm feeling eye gouge.
You would have to break your hands free. So that'd be a strength and athletics if you want to do that.
Three.
You do get your hands free. However, both of them watch as stake gets thrust down at you. Now, Faye, how much strength do you think this person would have if you had to take a guess?
Oh, let's see.
Probably not a ton, right?
Probably average or just roughly above average.
There was some athletics there too, right?
Yes.
And I need at least 3 to get home, or is it 4 with a stake?
5, I
Yeah,
think.
Do this then. Oh, hey, look at that. 6. And you just hear crunch, and Steven, you are paralyzed. You have a stake sticking out of your back. You are still in a pit of fire. It's great. And good lord, are you just terrified? Now, Salubri. Want that to stop for him? Can you feel his pain? Can you feel his fear? Or are you just still latched on to the old idiot? Well, mad. Does it strike a chord with you?
Fuck, does it matter to you?
Figure you're here with friends. It's weird. Turns to Halion. What are you?
Do you mean what clan am I? Or like, I'm not really part of them.
So you got roped into this, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
Howard.
Yeah. I don't want to mess up the spot.
Alright, so tell you what. You can go. You tell people that we're back. This one, on the other hand, she's gonna be our little plaything for a little bit.
Fuck you.
Her and her friend. At least until the morning.
I do unfortunately owe them a little bit. Like, is there something I can like do to help smooth that over?
No, not really. And it's probably been 20, 30 minutes at this point of them getting you together, and you haven't heard of Beth anywhere. Can I get you two to make me a wits and awareness, please?
Like, what if I did... Ooh, just the skull. What if I, like, it did some blood sorcery for you?
Haley, shut up. Don't sell out.
Oh, blood source. So you're a Tremere and you're a Salubri. Oh, I've always wanted to do this. Frog, bring her over. I pick Shiloh up and lay her down in front of Haley.
Shiloh's flailing and trying to bite anyone that gets close to her.
Oh, I know. Tell you what you can do. Take a bite. Now, what did you two get on your wits and awareness?
4 on a crit.
Okay. And Haley got
Just the
just
skull.
the skull, right? Okay, so yeah, definitely didn't see anything. Shiloh, on the other hand, thinks she saw something working through the trees.
I was not going to say or do anything or make any sort of notion that she saw anything. She's still fighting as much as she can.
Can Haley attempt to use compel?
You can try.
Yeah, it's not gonna go well, but we're gonna try it anyway. Let's see. It's charisma. Let's dominate. Can I rouse the blood for charisma here?
You can, yes.
That would be a success.
Okay.
And, oh god, for blood potency 1, is it still 2 dice? Or is it 1 dice?
2.
Okay. Can I also burn a willpower or no?
Yes, you can.
Five.
You're gonna hate me.
Yeah, my dice hate me too. It's fine.
6 on a messy crit.
Okay.
And they're Ravnos, and they've already told you that.
Uh-huh. So Haley says, please don't make me do this. You don't want to do this.
I just kind of laugh and grab you by your hair and shove you down there and like, take a bite. Or we can do this the inverse way. Sure, this Luri would like a little bit of revenge on the Tremere at some point.
offering me the wrong fucking Tremere. She hasn't done shit to me. Want to tempt me with a good time, find me the right one.
And which one's the right one?
Tory will want Gregor. So, Michael will do.
Yeah, you're talking about the German bishop that used to be around here.
Does everybody in the Sabbat know everybody?
Just the big players. The ones that are a bit too big for the britches, and knows which ones to look out for. They'll sell them out in a heartbeat.
Funny how people on both sides of the fence don't like him.
Well, I never said that I didn't like him. I just said I know to be wary of him. What is Haley gonna do?
Let's see. He's gonna try and stall for time.
Okay. Give me either a charisma or manipulation subterfuge.
Do my merits come into play here?
I will allow it, yes.
Okay. Hang on, I need to check what one of them gives me dice-wise, because I did not write that down. Okay, so 2 dice. I'm going to go manipulation.
Okay.
So I have a specialty in subterfuge. Could that work here or no?
I don't remember which one it is. Can you send it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I think it's going to be a long shot, so I would assume not, but I feel like I need to ask anyway.
No. Not that
Yeah,
one.
I figured. Okay, let's make sure I have all my dice. Yeah. Not good. I rolled so many dice and I got 1 in a skull.
Wow, that's bad.
I know. I kind of wanted to use an ability just to kind of muddle the mind, and I don't know if that's going to work now.
You attempt to time, and you're doing a terrible job at it. You know you are.
Yep.
As such, you will take a -2 penalty. Next little bit.
For what?
Because of your
Okay.
perfectionism. Because that's the one you have, right?
Yeah. Sorry, your voice cut down again. I can barely hear you.
So you're stalling for time, and you're basically stumbling over yourself because you are kind of terrified at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And Shiloh, you're starting to lose that empathy. You're starting to come back to normal Shiloh, realizing where the issues are. And Steven, you're still fully conscious. And all of the craziness that's been going on in your ears and your head, it's fading. Can I get you to make me a wits and awareness?
You.
Yeah. You also think you see something in the trees. You're pretty sure this isn't one of your mind things. And then eventually, the Ravnos grabs Haley by the back of the head and shoves it down against Shiloh's arm. Takes out a small pocket knife and makes a very small slit and be like, take a sip.
Can Haley see this person?
At this point, no, because back of the head.
Okay. So that new ability from my Auspex one that I picked does not state whether eye contact needs to be made. So I will leave that up to you, and I will edit the thing afterwards. Could I use that? The level 3 Auspex ability?
And offhand, I don't remember which one that is.
Hang on, I will send it to you, because it's kind of a big one.
Okay. Now, Shiloh, what would you like to do while we're waiting?
Shiloh is still struggling, still trying to bite anything. She's fixated on trying to keep Haley from drinking the Vitae, so she's going to struggle and get away as much as she can, because she knows that once the Vitae is drawn, she is in danger. And so she is in a lot of danger right now. She's
Okay. Go ahead and give me one more strength and athletics, please. So, as far as that's concerned, Faye, I'm going to say that yes, eye contact will be required for this specific scenario.
Okay.
Because normally, I just feel like that would require that, and requiring dominate powers as well usually requires that.
Mhm.
So,
Right, that's why I thought it was odd. I will add that in there.
I only got one success.
yeah, that's not enough to actually get out anything. But Haley, you do your thing. Or at least attempt to do your thing. Doesn't quite work. Shit.
Ooh.
They
Can Haley fake feeding?
they kind of smush your face down into the incision. Then you just hear a pound ring out. And Steven, the gangrel that's still actually standing on you, falls to the ground. And Haley and Shiloh both kind of look up, and you see, well, Shiloh, you know what Kamari looks like. And he's brandishing a rifle of some sort. Haley, you don't know who this person is. You also don't know what Samal looks like, but you just know a sword comes from somewhere.
Shiloh screams at Small to not get close to her.
Wait, one of the people that is holding Shiloh down is liberated from their arms. And Shiloh, you can actually move at this point.
Shiloh's gonna try and run, get away.
The Ravnos takes the hell off. The other people that are in the area try to fight Kamari and Small, but Small's too good at what he does, and Kamari seems to actually be pretty good at what he does. By the time that Haley realizes what's going on, Shiloh stops and takes account of what's going on.
Haley is probably crying at this point.
Yes. Once you both kind of realize what's going on, and Steven, you are finally unparalyzed. They're just bodies. Decomposing. One has turned to ash. And the Ravnos is nowhere to be found. They stand Steven up, and Kamari is like, "You alright, the boy?"
Where the fuck did they go?
Well, most of them are still here. It's that one that I don't know where the hell she went. I don't know. They went.
Steven is going to bolt off in a random direction and try to find them.
Steven, wait. Yeah. And then they kind of turn to Haley.
Face is just like messy with bloody tear streaks.
Yep. You physically hurt. Just emotionally. Kamari at this point yells out, "Shiloh! Where you at?"
Stay over there. I need to get this under control. Oh, fuck.
It was just a little paper cut. Lick it and come back. And it's in a point that it's in a spot that you can't actually like lick shut.
She'll close it and very nervously come back.
Fine. Haley's a mess. It's kind of funny.
We have to tell the others. There's so many of them, and they're going to be all week. They're going to be. It's bad.
Yeah, Beth got a hold of us. She's going around. She's telling everybody. She don't know what the hell it means, but she knows that it's a thing.
I need to. Shit! I need to call. Oh my gosh!
What?
No, I'm just rattled. I'll be fine. I think maybe.
Yeah, and at this point, Small's done cleaning, putting his things away. What did you two see?
Bouldery, they called it.
I assume you two know what that is.
Kind of hazy on the details.
Did they give a reason why?
There's some festival.
Yeah.
Steve de lo Estinto.
Mm-hmm.
Festival of Death. The Festival of the Dead. Good news. At least Tory can't be implicated in being part of this. Even after a little bit, it's very obvious you can't figure out where the heck they went. It's like they disappeared. And you do end up making your way back. Frustrated.
Probably letting out a very long string of curses.
That is our Melkavian. Are you okay? I know you had the thing.
Yeah, I had a thing.
Could be worse. You could be like the Banu Hakim.
So I'm lucky I'm not.
Now, you know my next ask for all of you, right?
Cool, because we're going to return out.
Go to bed, apparently.
Right.
Rip.
So
First of all,
posterity's sake, Haley is currently trying to like wipe off her face and calm down. Dengle will be back in a moment, hopefully.
There we go.
Yay.
I have no idea. Absolutely none. So, Shiloh, Stephen, do you know?
don't say anything to Tory.
Say anything to Tory. She will come right back, and she needs to take care of what she's taking care of. We can handle this. How many?
It's like 40 or 50 of them. How can we handle this?
I handled 5 by my, well, half by myself. Kumari took care of 1. And you can see him smiling. Like, yeah, I did. I will hunt them. Now, I will need help. I cannot hunt 40 in a week. I can hunt 10.
Pointing me in the right direction.
Not just going to be you. Be a few I recently did assaulted the church with. Ari will go with them to give them direction. Not the smartest bunch in the world, but they are useful. As well as I will be going by myself. I might recruit Red, who knows. I'll need you 3 and Beth to go after a couple more. Between all of us, once we get them down to 15 or so, we should be able to just convince them to leave politely.
No, that leader seemed pretty set on taking back Atlanta.
Limited numbers in a very large city. You think they will do? Did anyone get a good look at who was in the group? Now,
There was
Stephen
a gangrel?
Yes. They're over there. Pile of ash now.
Just those and the leader. Everyone was wearing robes.
Now, Shiloh and Stephen, can I get you to give me an intelligence and resolve check? Because you did see a couple things during that, but it wouldn't have rang any bells.
Just one.
4.
Shiloh. Actually, were you part? Was Shiloh still here when they went and took care of the brouhaha?
What?
I think Danny was here with the junkyard.
No, that was an episode that I was not present for.
Okay. So, Haley, would you like to also give me the intelligence and resolve?
Sure.
Shiloh remembers a pair of cowboy boots and very tight jeans. Very distinctive.
I forgot to take my penalty, but I rolled another single with a skull.
Okay. Haley doesn't remember a whole lot. Very traumatic event just happened. Steven doesn't really remember a whole lot either. But Shiloh, you do remember the cowboy boots and the very tight jeans that are very distinctive. As well as...
Shiloh wasn't there for that episode. Like, Shiloh wasn't there when we were there.
I know, but Shiloh saw those.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I apologize.
Trying to think back on specific and obvious things. As well as a woman that was wearing, don't know if it was knee length or higher pants. However, had a very distinctive dragon tattoo down her right leg. And one more. And it wouldn't have struck you as odd, but they decided to wear a very ornate glove. Extremely ornate, like jewels everywhere, and looks like something a Tory would wear. He didn't see any faces, though. I assume you relay this information.
Shiloh will relay what she can.
Now, Stephen, the boots you remember. Which one?
The brouhaha from the junkyard. You had a little tussle with her a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was him.
And okay.
Good. We know one target. I do well to lick your wounds for tonight. We will take care of them tomorrow. Get to a safe place. You need to make sure that everyone is ready to defend what is theirs. I mobilize The ones that offered their services to me before try to clean up what we can. Clean up any forced embraces.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Small. Almost dark. You don't know who I am, that's probably a good thing. Don't know who you are either. So, unless if you would like to introduce yourself, that is you.
My name's Haley.
Is someone communicating with the werewolves in the midst of all this? I'd hate for us about to stumble into their stuff and them think that we had something to do with this.
I'll get it to right on the phone and call them. No, I don't. I'm sure someone will be smart enough to give them a call. Probably Johnny, I had to guess. Now, get up, get out of this park, and into a safe place. And he helps Haley to her feet and to the edge of the park. Where would you all like to go?
Shiloh will request to be dropped off at 99 bottles. And
I really don't think we should split apart right now. There's a lot of stuff, and I don't want anyone to, find us. Can I stick around with you guys for a bit?
Yeah.
it's... Yeah. Coterie house? That way no one can track us to our havens?
If you feel like it's a good idea, sure.
I just, don't want to be alone right now.
Yeah, let's go to the coterie house then.
Okay. So within minutes, Beth shows up, takes everyone to the coterie house because she just ran over to Dante's real quick.
During the drive real fast, if you don't mind me cutting in here, Haley will pull out the thermos and turn to Shiloh I know a lot of Salubri are baggers, and I'm sorry here.
You don't... I guess. And Shiloh,
if you're hungry,
Shiloh will nervously take a couple sips. Take
Just
that
regular
drop a little bit.
just regular warmed blood.
It is... You drink enough to take off one hunger.
All
Now,
she needs.
Steven. There is some aggravated damage that you've taken. Would you like to attempt to fix that, or are you at too high of a hunger to be willing to take that chance?
I'm still at one hunger.
If there is another portion left in that, Haley would hand it to Steven too, if he says he's of that proclivity of drinking.
Just 1 point of aggravated damage.
That is all you can do by yourself per night.
3 rolls.
I passed one of those.
Okay, so you're at 3 with the thermos. That would bring you down to 2. You still have 2 aggravated damage. You make it to the coterie house. You're dropped off. Small escort you inside, as well as Kamari. Beth drives off to talk to Johnny and Cyril. And five are left your own devices.
Steven is going to text Leo and Ace and let them know not to go out at night if they can help that.
You will not receive anything back from Ace. Leo, on the other hand, is okay, cool. I won't. Shiloh, Haley?
Shiloh is going to pull out her phone and text Darian about what happened. Giving him a brief summary that does not break the masquerade.
Okay.
And is gonna end with the Ravnos knows you. Please be careful.
You would get a response back, unfortunately. Doesn't matter who we belong to, people like us stand out. Haley, is there anything that you would like to do?
What time is it, roughly?
It is give or take around 1:30 in the morning.
Okay. Would the thermos have enough for a third batch or no? Or is it
No.
just like dribbles left?
It's just like dribbles.
Would it be enough to write a message?
Eventually.
She'll turn to everyone else. Is there like a bathroom or something I can wash up in? My face is getting gross.
I think we have. Is there a bathroom in the coterie house?
Yep.
Shiloh will point down the hall towards wherever the bathroom is.
The
Really
shower, the shower head is about belly button height.
Okay.
Looks like it would be for a dog.
She will turn the water on and close the door. Is there also a sink and mirror?
Yes.
She would like to do a ritual and write a message to a certain person, quickly summarizing up what she can of tonight.
Okay. Does that require a rouse check?
It does. Fail. I'm at 3.
Cool.
And then it's 5 minutes, so she's in there for a minute. And then it's intelligence and blood sorcery. I passed.
Okay, so it is successful. Not get a response back.
And then she would clean off the mirror and wash her face.
Yeah.
And like wet down her hair so it looks like she just took some time to herself.
Yeah. When you come back out, Small and Kamari at this point have like gotten things for everybody. They've brought out a couple more bags. They've started the process of warming them up if needed. Small finally sees Haley come out. Oh, good, you're done.
It was a lot, okay?
And everybody needs time to themselves, and you look delicate.
Uh-huh. I am more into books than doing things.
Do you are Tremere?
Yes.
Thank you for not giving in to them.
I just like bags. I don't like anything else. I don't want to get any of that.
Shiloh is addicting.
One more time?
Shiloh is addicting.
Okay, my sound just like
Cool.
died. One more time.
Shiloh is addicting.
Uh-huh, yeah. The salubri. Yep, I don't want anything to do with that.
Good. That being said, we have food. It's your fill.
Oh, thank goodness.
All of you.
2.
Everybody can take themselves back down to 1. Actually,
Yay.
if you choose to, if you want to stay at higher than that, you can.
Even going back down to 1.
Yep, me too.
Okay. So, after that, Paul's like, so, you are going to a junkyard tomorrow? Hopefully, it will be easy and outgone type idea. Haley,
Mm-hmm.
hired to go with them, as I am not your baron or prince or whatever it is that you want to call yourself. I'm not in charge of you. You don't have to do what I say, but I am requesting you go with them. If for no other reason than to pull blood sorcery crap.
I don't really have a whole lot of offensive things. I can, like, kind of shoot a gun, but, like, that's the extent of what I can really do for offensive stuff.
Okay, 1 punches, 1 stabs, and then there's Shiloh. Shiloh doesn't have offensive either, so don't feel bad.
I can, like, get us into places. I can, like, melt things.
Good enough. You're useful. Now, all that being said, I have acquired an armory that is open to all of you. Whatever you feel like you want, whatever you feel like you need, let me know. Not everything is legal to have in the United States.
Steven, remember how many Bruja were at the junkyard?
Remember, it's more than 5, less than 10. And then the one that's buried that's probably not buried anymore.
Steven will make note of that somewhere.
Okay. All of your phones go off, as does Kamari's. With, okay, I told everybody. I'll be at the garage if you need me. I've got some stuff I gotta take care of there.
Haley will turn to everyone. So, like, I guess you're not comfortable with me, like, staying here, because, Tremere and new person and all that, but, like, can someone help me get to where I am? I just want to make sure that I'm not taken again.
Kumari will help you. Just kind of nods. Yeah, come on. I'll walk you to wherever it is that you need to go.
Thank you.
And yeah, he will actually leave whenever you're ready.
She'll stick around a little bit longer and make sure there isn't any more information she needs to get.
To everybody else. Now, after this, we have to figure out who the dragon tattoo lady is. So is the fancy glove.
We talked to that Samitsi lady. Steven, help me out here. Tory never told me her name. She makes a habit of knowing people. Maybe she could help us. At least get names.
She runs a travel business at the moment. She's not that hard to find.
Leave you to it to do that. Feel like you are safe enough to go together and take care of that. You see them. Do not engage. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Everyone have Kumari's number?
No.
You will before you leave.
Okay.
You two have his number.
Think so?
Yes. Steve will check his phone just in case.
And yeah, you two would have his number. And he would actually give Haley his number before they even start walking.
Okay.
Now, I have things I have to take care of. Not expecting to have to do this year. Stay safe. Let us know if you see any unfortunate embraces.
Haley would not know he's Lasombra, right? There's been no hints of anything like that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And there's no mirrors to like double check. So
is there like a number you have that if we need to get hold of you?
but you'll work.
What?
Kumari will work.
Okay.
Now, if you go the rest of your night, it will not be a fun week. And he will storm out the door. Mari kind of looks at Haley. Ready when you are.
So I thought Tory was going to be here because she said I could hang out with like all of you. So where is she?
She's way on business. Bad timing, but it's not really her fault.
Okay.
Yeah. He has information that somebody else needs. Not one of those things you can talk about over the phone either. So
Yeah. Was there anything else we needed? Where are we meeting tomorrow?
Be here, or we can meet at the bar.
Which bar?
99 bottles.
Oh, right. I forgot. I have the number for there.
Out there, just ask Cameron. He'll point you to where to head to.
Right. Let me let me know, I guess.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, sleep well.
with that, Kamari and Haley head out. Kamari does talk a little bit, not anything super specific. Tries to keep your mind off of what's going on.
Haley will minimally prod at who he is, because she doesn't really know, but not anything like super invasive.
Yeah. He'd at least tell you that he's a ghoul.
Okay.
Now, what is Shiloh and Steven doing?
Steven's sitting in a chair somewhere trying to get less angry.
Shiloh is probably still absolutely terrified. She's probably gonna spend the day at the coterie house. The day sleep at the coterie house.
Okay. both of you are going to spend the rest of the night at the coterie house. Okay. Is there anything specific that either of you would like to do or prepare?
Steven is going to look up the junkyard to see if we can find any information on it.
Nothing outside of what you already know.
So if there's any stray pieces of wood laying down, Steven's going to start fashioning some stakes.
Okay. And Shiloh?
I have a vague idea of what needs to be done, but I don't know if Shiloh would have the presence of mind to involve herself in that right now. Ugh.
What would that be?
We need to. Shiloh would need to ask Steven if he has contact information for the Demetzi lady. Because Shiloh does not personally have her contact information. And then get a hold of her. That's the biggest thing that needs to happen.
I don't believe Steven has that. However, Steven knows that Pete works there now. And Shiloh has Pete's number.
Guess we'll contact Pete.
You would get a... Yeah, who's this again?
Sorry, it's one of Tory's friends. I'm Shiloh. We've only briefly met.
Okay. How can I help you?
I need to find some information on people, but I only have very vague descriptions. I was hoping maybe your employer could help us out.
You would get the contact, listing as a phone name, boss lady, phone number, and it gives the phone number. Yeah, just give her this. This is her direct line on her desk.
Okay. Thanks. Stay safe, I guess.
You too.
I guess we call the boss lady.
Okay. You would pick up. Hello.
Hi, this is I don't think we've ever officially met. My name's Shiloh. I'm a friend of Tory's.
Yes, you're the one that everybody was looking for a while.
Fantastic. I'm sure you've heard the news by now about everything that's going on.
No, but I would like to.
Can we arrange to meet in person? I'd be more than happy to fill you in on what's going on, and I was also wondering if maybe we could talk to you about acquiring some useful information.
What kind of useful information?
Names at the very least, maybe locations if they're accessible. If not,
How would you like me to find these names and locations?
Can we just is it safe to discuss this over phone, or is this something we really kind of need to meet in person for?
Oh, this line's encrypted. It's fine.
Okay, sorry, I've not done much. Honestly, at this point, it is whatever means you have available. I can maybe get you in contact with the NOS if you need to like combine forces with them. I don't really know what resources you have on hand, so I don't know what I need to offer you.
Well, I either need a description or a pseudonym or something.
Yeah, I have a couple descriptions. I'm sorry, they're a little bit vague, so I don't know how successful you'll be, and I totally get that, and then she'll tell her what she remembers.
Okay. Are you including the Bruja?
Yes.
Okay. Certain. One with the boots is Joker. The Bruja runs a scrapyard. The other two, let me look. Do you tell her about the whole Sabat thing?
Maybe not details, but she will say that she will include that the information was gathered because they were seen at a Sabat gathering.
Well, I might be able to find information about the other two. Give me a couple hours. I'll send over some stuff.
Yeah, whatever you need. Thank you.
That's all you need.
Yeah, for now at least.
Okay. General descriptions, names, locations typically run 500 per person, but given it's it's kind of a dire need, I'll discount it to 200.
More than reasonable. We can get that for you.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you. I take cash, credit, Venmo, and like names off all the crap. If you still want to meet in person, we can, but I don't think that you necessarily need to right now.
No, I think we'll be fine. I just wasn't sure exactly what you needed from me.
Not a problem. You have a good rest of your night and stay safe.
You. So we'll hang up and Venmo her. Was it $600 or $800?
600. With that, Haley does some things. Make sure her apartment's clear of people and rids the apartment of any creepy crawlies. Does her nightly routine, as does the rest of you. A nightly routine. You will drift off to day sleep. You pick it up on the beginning of the night of March 6th. So, with that, some announcements, and everybody likes announcements. I like announcements. Hopefully, I can get through this without my Discord resetting again. Go to our website, totalpartykrit.com, if you want to find any information on our games or players or player characters. There you can find links to all of our socials, all of our YouTube playlists, and all of our videos and such. New games, old games, different games, whether it be in Detroit or in the 40s or in the 20s or, well, in a fantasy land somewhere far, far away. Because I think those are still up. As well as links to some stuff that we've created, like character sheets. They has done quite a bit of work, and yeah, actually made a bunch of them that are really, really good.
Unfortunately, they are unfillable, as I do not have a program to make them fillable. Eventually, they will be made fillable, and I have more clan-specific ones on the way.
Yes. However, to make them fillable, typically we would need to pay money, and with that, if you would like to help us pay that money, we have a link to our Patreon as well, where you can support us monetarily if you feel like you want to, and you can. If you still want to, but you can't, or if you don't want to support us monetarily, but are still willing to help us out in some way, following, liking, subscribing, sharing, either electronically or by word of mouth, goes a long way, as well as leaving reviews, leaving feedback. So if any of those are within your wheelhouse of being able to do, by all means, please do. Speaking of spending money, if that's your proclivity, we also have a link to dicelegion.com, where you can find all sorts of fun things, whether it be dice trays. I believe they have dice bags and their stickers, keychains. I think they might have clothing now. That one, don't quote me on. I thought I saw something, but might not have.
Have a good one,
Mm.
everyone. Okay, recording's done. Are we doing post games tonight?
I think we kind of have to.
Dengle, do you want to try getting back on again or no? Or are you just giving up?
As far as camera,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna give up on that.
Okay. Then I am going to begin the recording and use the restroom. Hello, welcome to Post Games. I will be right back.
It was fun.
Yeah, Steven got staked.
And he's really angry about it.
Oh, I know. Shiloh almost was fed to a Tremere. That was our own player character. That's not even the Blood Leech. And I'm sure Shiloh was pissed about it.
Oh, Shiloh's furious.
So who can guess who that particular Ravnos was?
I was here for that conversation, so I'm going to stay out of it.
Oh, come on. Is that Rufus's sire?
No. Which you can guess too, and anybody that sees this after the fact.
Will that Ravnos be appearing again?
Not this week. At some point this week.
So we won't see them this week in Atlanta. That's unfortunate.
No. Feel like if they were to show up and meet the final death, I shouldn't be the one that does that. Since nobody's guessing, that was Saoirse.
Hello, Saoirse's a Sabat Ravnos.
Sabat Ravnos Archbishop.
What?
Yes.
Oh. Seriously?
Who saw that coming?
Well, after a little bit of fallout with Miss Nichols, Saoirse had to make a point.
Joining the Sabat?
Yeah. Surprise.
I thought she would have just fucked off back home.
No. I mean, yes, but also no.
Best part about that, that's the second person that's been under Miss Nichols' employ that has went the way of the kindred. Isn't that right, Buttons?
Well, I mean, technically it's still not officially canon because Rose hasn't survived the entire series yet. If Rose dies like 6 episodes in, that's not Rose anymore. That's like her cousin or something.
Yeah,
Rosa.
Plausible deniability.
It's Rosa instead of Rose.
I don't know, maybe Anne was her real name.
Maybe it's just a mask that got from Gladys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, anyway. Fun times, lore times.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There's also another little tidbit in there about Saoirse.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to cover that right now.
I will spoil it a little bit. Saoirse will also be appearing in Detroit at some point. So if you are watching this, please head over to the Detroit game and start catching up because lots of tie-ins.
Yes. It'll be fun. And then people will be like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like my depiction of the Valkyrie?
Loved it. Loved it.
I knew what it was going to be the moment you said purple robes.
Good.
And I was terrified
So
of what was going to happen.
I had to step away for a minute here, but like, oh boy, we almost had a problem between our two characters.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, when Steven rolled 2 and Haley rolled 3, the lookouts rolled 5.
Mm-hmm.
And when Shiloh rolled, what, it was 5 for Unseen Passage?
Yeah, something like that.
No. Because you two tied, and I think you rolled 3. They rolled like 7. So they knew exactly where you guys were the entire time. The modern assholes.
Yeah, they are.
They
I love
are.
it. I love it so much. Yeah, that was fun having Haley's face shoved in Shiloh's cut open arm.
Mm-hmm. Especially since Haley was already pretty hungry.
Too.
Yeah. Any more, and that could have been really bad.
Uh-huh. Here's a question, kind of above table a little bit. How much trust did that gain Haley with everyone?
I mean, from Shiloh, she got props for not like actually succumbing to all that under pressure. But when push comes to shove, Shiloh's only known her for like a couple days between rescuing
totally
her
fair.
from the basement and that. So she's still, she will work
I'm not asking if you trust her. Trust is a building block. I'm just asking, like, did it give a push towards that?
Yeah, enough to get her over the hump of working with Haley to figure out the Sabbat stuff. For more personal matters, probably not, but enough for like this basic survival stuff.
Sure. What about Tissamal? Obviously, he doesn't trust, but you know.
Enough to direct her to go with everybody.
Okay.
Steven have been still screaming internally to really pay attention.
After a little bit, the chemistry, which is 100% what that was, would have went away. So, yeah, probably.
You would let Haley stay around.
It's
Questions for me? Oh, I'm sorry, Dengle. Go ahead.
It would have been hectic enough that, especially after everything started happening, and like after the staking, I would have left the shimmer tree up for probably another 10 or 15 seconds. And then Steven would have been like, okay, this is what's happening. So would have seen the cut, would have seen the shove, would have seen the attempts to fight back, but not necessarily. And then gunfire and missing arms. So Faye, questions for Faye.
Yes, questions for me?
So
This is a nice break from Tory.
It's different. Playing this type of character is fairly different than what I am used to. It is an interesting experiment. What were we going to ask, Buttons?
I don't know, I was basically going to ask the same thing.
Is that how you expected me to bring you in?
No, I had no clue how you were going to bring me in. I didn't expect it to be so calm, I guess. Not that the situation we were in was calm, but like Haley's being brought into the group was a very calm entrance at first.
Right. And there was a reason for that. Kind of get you to relax a little bit. Get all of you to relax a little bit. Because like I could see everybody was super tense at first, and then I was like, okay, cool. We're good. And then Valdery.
Yeah, Valdery.
And then I just saw everybody like, oh crap.
I was so excited.
By the way, there's a nightly one. Except each pack does their own from here on out.
Oh boy. Get to travel Atlanta.
Anyone watching, do look up the Sabbat Festival of the Dead. It's a fun read.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a thing, and it is technically also taking place in Detroit, because we are now on the night of the 7th in Detroit.
Yeah, so when we get back to Detroit, it'll actually be the same day.
Yes.
That was not planned.
Happy
However,
coincidence.
It worked out nicely.
Yep. Any other questions for me? Or things you want to discuss about my new character? I won't give things away, but you know. There's plenty of talking to be done without that.
What's their deepest, darkest secret?
They are doing what they are doing. She is doing what she is doing.
Oh.
Because one of her convictions is that she will protect who is precious to her.
I was joking.
I know,
But
that doesn't give much away. Not really.
I was expecting you to joke and be like, she dyes her hair.
No, that was Tory's secret. One of. Nope, the way Haley looks is exactly how she looks. She was turned probably around 23. I had to guess an age, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, and she's not that old.
Nope. She's a 12th generation. Maybe 10 years-ish? Less than that, probably, actually. 5 to 7?
Somewhere in there.
Haley's initial take on the coterie.
Wow, you guys get into a lot of trouble. Holy shit, why am I here?
Because I told you to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As the voice from the inky blackness.
I mean, that fits.
It really does.
Yeah.
But yeah. Meet Haley, everyone.
Fun.
Haley Decker.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Was Haley's door unlocked again? Was anything moved?
No.
Yes, one of that part of Sabat festivities was that they broke into her apartment and moved everything exactly 1 inch to the left.
That's what Cornbread did. Cornbread broke into her apartment and searched it, left it unlocked, and left things moved. So that legitimately happened to her.
I wish I could see Dangle's face right now. I really do.
Yeah. Except my camera's deciding to be like, no,
Yeah.
I'm dumb. And it wouldn't have been an issue, but it happened in the middle of the dang session.
I know,
Twice?
right?
Just terrible timing.
I know, you cut out at like the perfect time both times for us to just be like, ah!
Yes, I do apologize about that. I blame Kraken.
Me too. Not even here to defend herself.
Not my fault.
Probably fell asleep.
At least I don't think she's here. Yeah, is there anything else we need to go over for tonight?
Be ready for a fun week.
Yes. My dice hate me, by the way. Like, good lord, on one of those rolls, I rolled 8, 9, 10 dice, and I got 1 success and a skull.
Oh, that reminds me. Dangle, what made you decide to change the Salubri Bane like that?
What?
The anger instead of the empathy?
You get their emotions.
Yeah, everyone around you was angry.
Ah, okay.
Or at least the overwhelming majority, I assume. I'm sorry, Dengle.
Yes.
Also, shouldn't the eye have bled?
Was a little bit. Not much. But a little bit.
That's what the
So,
hat's for.
They ripped it off
So-
of you. You were
And They
exposed.
shoved it down over her face so she couldn't see where they were going, and then they pulled it off when they brought her to Saoirse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only a gusher when Tory's around.
Tori's never witnessed it bleeding. It's been padded up each time.
Yep.
Shiloh has actually never gotten a messy or a bestial around Tory.
Not around Tory, no.
Nope. Specifically around Tory, I meant. She has never done that around Tory. "28 games in, and it has not happened. More than 28 games, technically.
There have been times that I have gotten messy crits, but it has been decided that they didn't really apply to those specific situations when they did happen. This is
Right,
the first time it's applied.
Right, I meant, like, that it happened in
Yeah,
game
that it happened, yeah. Yeah.
around Tory.
I will say, now that it has passed, I was absolutely terrified that when we mounted the rescue mission, I was going to get a messy or a bestial and have to deal with that while confronting Carissa or Carissa's close henchmen. I was terrified that that was going to be a thing before we knew that what was going on. So I thought about that a lot, not gonna lie.
Before you found out that they already cleaned the house out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still, I will admit, I'm still trying to wrap my head around exactly how Saoirse made the jump from Hunter Light to full-blown Sabat. Like, what did Miss Nichols do that was that bad? I mean, like, I totally trust that it happened and that it was an in-character thing.
You'll see.
But I am very curious as to how that went down.
I think it will be part of a game. Right, Dengle?
Eventually.
Wait, which game? Hunter game or Detroit game or Atlanta
Hunter.
game?
Hunter. Yes, in our Hunter game currently, where we are sitting timeline-wise, Saoirse is still mortal.
And you'll be able to see pointers of exactly what will happen eventually.
Yes, that one I'm keeping in my pocket until it happens.
Okay.
Was there anything else?
No. Just for processing's sake, I did want to say, thinking about personal experience with tabletop role-playing games and such, one of the biggest, I don't want to say one of the biggest, but maybe one of the most interesting shifts between D&D and World of Darkness for me has been seeing the power dynamic change between players and NPCs, because back in D&D, even the little bitty mages with like 5 hit points, they could still pack a punch with their spells, but here this is this episode was probably the first time ever playing a tabletop RPG where I was genuinely afraid that I was going to lose my character.
Then I did my job correctly.
Aw, not even from Detroit? I didn't do my job correctly then.
I mean, it definitely came close with Yuri's episode, but like,
That's what I meant.
yeah, no, it was close, but tonight was a lot closer for whatever reason, and maybe it was just my mental state.
Well, you also had a Tremere shoved in the Salubri's face, so.
Yeah. But I mean, when I was on Uriel's episode, I was pissed off from work, and I was in a very fuck around and find out mood as a player, which might have colored my view on things. I don't know.
I was worried that we were going to have some problems tonight.
So, a little bit of insight of how this one was planned. One second cat has decided to wrap itself up in cords that doesn't need to be there. There, they have been removed. So there was the show the Vaultry at midnight on the 6th. Depending on how they roll, and the watchmen, watchdogs, and how they roll on that end, have them be captured, and then show the power dynamic of the older ones. How they can be so much stronger and so much more scary. Because as of yet, like, we haven't really covered that of how scary they can be outside of the cat situation. The Katarzyna situation, specifically.
Yeah, a lot of the people in Detroit, Tory is as old, if not older than. And Shiloh probably isn't crazy far off from them either. They really, other than Carissa, there wasn't a huge power dynamic other than with like Samal and a couple other ones that we've gone against.
Right. So now I'm curious to see exactly what you guys as players do, realizing that your city's not as strong as you thought it was initially, probably.
No, it's pretty weak, all things considered.
Figure out how to do more with less.
This situation is where the tower has a major advantage. They bring a lot of stopping power down from the top when there is a situation like this that arises, typically.
Exactly. And on Anarchs, typically, we'll take care of it ourselves.
And are typically fairly young. Usually 100 or less.
Yep.
Much less.
So seeing how you guys handle this as a whole, not just your coterie, but your city, is going to be fun.
It is very difficult to not want to bring Tory back for this.
And that's part of the reason why I specifically was like, when I came to you with the idea, because I did okay it would Faye.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a decision.
Yeah. That's why I specifically didn't want Tory here, because Tory is stronger than most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as she's not mentally dominated, she can do some damage.
It will be fun to show off the disparity while still keeping it manageable for all of you.
Yeah. I have no other questions that I can ask with others around.
Then, do either of you have questions?
I think I'm all set.
I don't think I do at this moment. I'm sure they'll pop up as I replay the night in my head over the course of the week, but
And with that, everyone have a great rest of the whatever time it is for you. And please, seriously, stay safe. Stay safe.
Have a good one, everyone.